what's more important is we discovered high-grade zones. We've named it the Great Zone. And we had the best intercept of 102 meters of 0.68% copper equivalent. And that's really a game changer for the project, because those are grades that are much higher than what's currently mined in the area.
Hello there, my friends. Chris Marcus here with you for Arcadia Economics. We're at the Vancouver Resources Investment Conference. I'm joined by Claudia Tornquist of Dunnedin Ventures, and it's going to provide an overview of the company, let folks know about what you guys have been doing. So Claudia, it's nice to be here with you. And how's everything going so far at the show?
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. The show is very good, very well attended, and for us it's obviously a very interesting time because we just had exploration results out, good news, so it's a very busy time and lots of interest.
Yeah, well, I think we're in the right place. It's nice to see some excitement coming into the sector, and perhaps you could give folks who may not have heard of the projects before just an overview of what you guys are doing, where you're looking, and also the drill results.
Yeah. So Dunnedin is a exploration company. We are focused on copper porphyry projects, so big size, potential large elephant-type projects, and we have a portfolio of 3 of them. One of them, Trapper, is in the Golden Triangle in British Columbia. We have another one in Arizona called Mojave, and MPD, another copper gold porphyry project in southern British Columbia. That's our most advanced project that we have just released the first drill results of. What all of our projects have in common is we own them 100%. They are advanced exploration, have already some historic results, so it's not greenfield. We know there's copper, we're looking for more, and gold and other byproducts as well. And they are all large size potential projects. And yes.
Well, yeah, just it's interesting, and perhaps you could talk about the stage, and they are some large projects, and also you do have some drill results that have come out recently.
Yeah, we've drilled our MPD project in southern British Columbia. What's important to keep in mind for that project is it's very, very accessible. It's a 3-hour drive from Vancouver in a producing copper region with 2 big copper gold mines next door, 40 kilometers away, Copper Mountain and Highland Valley. We're right in between there. And our project is literally just off the highway. It's called MPD. It's a project that's consolidated from 3 smaller projects that have been explored for many years, but nobody ever, not in recent decades, had the entire land package. So we now, for the first time, have the opportunity, by having acquired this entire land package, to really look at the bigger picture. And that obviously is the first step to really create value there. And in November, we drilled for the first time. And we just announced the drill results last week, and we were very pleased with them. Our hole number 3 was a real discovery hole. We had an intercept that was mineralized from top to bottom, from surface to end of hole, and still open. And it was a nice long 760-meter intercept with 0.28% copper equivalent, which is quite a good start. But what's more important is we discovered high-grade zones. We've named it the Great Zone, and in that zone we had the best intercept of 102 meters of 0.68% copper equivalent, and that's really a game changer for the project, because those are grades that are much higher than what's currently mined in the area, much higher than what has been found in the past on the project, and that really kicked the door wide open for further exploration success and discoveries.
Yeah, and you mentioned some of these areas. There had been some drilling before. I'm curious, how does that play out? Where is that what led you to those specific areas? You thought you saw something that really hadn't been explored thoroughly, or how did you land on going into particular areas you've been looking at?
That's a good question. The historic drilling that had been happening at that project for 30, 40 years was mostly very shallow, so less than 200 meters. And in 2013, for the first time, a company drilled 2 deeper holes, only 2. They ran out of money afterwards, but those holes were very interesting in that they encountered very good porphyry mineralization at depth below 200-300 meters. And that's really what got us interested. We also saw grades that were getting better as we're getting deeper, and that's exactly what you want to see. So when we had the opportunity to acquire that consolidated package, then we jumped on it and we followed up on this drill program that for the first time drilled a little bit deeper and drilled into these same zones, and that's where we had our discovery hole and discovered the new gate zone.
Yeah, and it's interesting, especially in mining, where it really does come down to the management, where sometimes there's those pieces out there, and also if you're looking carefully and have good contacts and people to do ventures with, you can find things like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's all down to people at the end of the day, and the credit for finding this project and really seeing the potential in it goes to Chris Taylor, our chairman and founder. Chris Taylor is better known from Great Bear, a company where he made a great discovery, gold discovery in Ontario, and one of the best performing stocks on the TSX Venture over the last years. And Chris is, that many people might not know, has a lot of expertise in copper and in porphyry as well. And he's a structural geologist with a very good nose for good projects. He saw this project initially and liked it and saw the potential in it, and yeah, I think he's been proven right once again. He just said, I thought it was quite an interesting quote, it took Great Bear to 5 holes to make a discovery. Dunnedin hit on the 3rd hole, so I think we're very fortunate to have had this great hit in our first project and first program, and there's a lot more to come.
Yeah, and especially like you mentioned in mining, it does help a lot to have people who have had a success where just access to different investors and also the expertise that goes behind that. So it's been good to hear. Now, Claudia, I know is not the biggest project, but we have an audience full of silver bugs like myself. You do have a silver project as well. Perhaps you could comment on a little bit.
We have porphyry projects. Some of them have silver as a byproduct, so it's really sort of the additional metals that add to the value of the project. And the one in particular that has promising silver values is our Mojave project in Arizona. That's a porphyry with copper and then molybdenum and silver as byproducts. And that one is also ready to be drilled, and it has already historic drill results. We know there is a lot of copper, a lot of silver, molybdenum, a lot of smoke there already, and we'll drill that in 2020 as well.
Well, that sounds good to hear. And perhaps last question for investors who are looking for companies and projects to invest in, what are the key risks, or what defines the next, what would people be well served to watch out for, and what keeps you up a little bit at night and that you're working hard to make sure is in place?
I mean, for exploration projects, I would say that the key risk or factor I would look out for is obviously the location, whether you have infrastructure, good jurisdiction. That's one of the key things we look for in our projects. And at the end of the day, it's the grades that you are able to find that make or break a project. So having a high-grade intercept like we just had, and discover a high-grade zone like at our MPD project, that really moves a project significantly forward and is a big key to future success.
That makes a lot of sense. And perhaps just in wrapping up, for folks who may want to get more information, you could let them know the website, a phone number, how they can reach you.
Well, we're always there and happy to answer questions. Our website is dunedinventures.com, and you find further contact details on there. You can also follow us on our social media, on Instagram, Twitter.
Well, Claudia, I appreciate that. Thanks for making some time. Pleasure to meet you today, and it'll be exciting following the success of your projects.
Thank you.
So that is today's episode. I do thank you for spending some time with me and hope you enjoyed it. If so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.